Tesla stock upgraded to buy from Edward Jones. January 12, 2023. Despite Tesla's stock tumbling throughout last year, some Wall Street analysts are seeing the low share prices as an opportunity. On the heels of a rough year for Tesla's stock, one firm has changed its tune on the automaker's potential, noting that the current buy-in price may be reasonably low. Tesla was upgraded from a hold to a buy rating by Edward Jones analyst Jeff Window earlier this month. As reported by CNBC, the news comes as Tesla's stock has fallen significantly in recent months, making the company's share prices look appealing to previously skeptical analysts like Window. In a note to clients, Window described Tesla's stock as looking affordable given the potential for the company's long-term growth. He also said he expects Tesla's full self-driving FSD beta to continue improving, along with the automaker's EV batteries. Additionally, Window pointed out Tesla's plans to launch new products this year, including the upcoming Cybertruck. While slowing economic growth could pressure near-term auto sales, we believe the electric vehicle EV market will continue to expand due to global regulations. Window wrote in a note to clients, "We believe Tesla's new product launches will allow it to take advantage of this expanding market. In our opinion, the share price of Tesla does not reflect its long-term growth opportunities." Tesla's stock fell by 65% in 2022, exacerbated by rising interest rates, CEO Elon Musk's sale of shares and concerns over cooling demand. Despite this, the EV sector is expected to continue growing over the next several years, and some think that Tesla is well positioned to handle incoming competition from other automakers. Musk has also said he won't be selling more Tesla shares for another 18-24 months. The Tesla Model Y, the automaker's flagship SUV, beat out the Honda CR-V last year to enter the top 10 best-selling cars in the US. The category includes both gas cars and EVs, marking a significant milestone for the company's increasingly mainstream appeal. The automaker also opened 2 factories last year, one in Gru 00 FCNheid, Germany and one in Austin, Texas. The plants are expected to continue ramping up Model Y production, and they each reached milestones of a 3,000-unit weekly output in the past few months. Like with any stock, it's impossible to say with any certainty what Tesla's stock will do in the coming years. However, Windus bear-turned-bull mentality balances Tesla's long-term potential with its recent stock woes, resulting in a low buy-in price that could be a major opportunity for investors. Source: reposted and summarized from Avanex at InsideEVS.com. My take: I have been loading up on Tesla stock for weeks now. Remember, buy low and sell high. China media reports 30,000 Tesla orders in 3 days after price cuts. January 12, 2023. The recent price reduction on all versions of the Made in China MIC Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y in China might have a very big impact on the company's sales results. According to various media reports from China, Tesla notes a significant surge in customer traffic at its stores and tons of new orders after the price reduction was announced. CNV Post reports, following local media outlet Sina, that Tesla received 30,000 orders within 3 days of the announcement on January 6. The news is treated as unofficial input. Tesla does not comment, according to the article, but we assume that it might be possible. Another article says that customer traffic and orders in China's second and third-tier cities increased sharply. According to Refeng.com, a mid-level Tesla executive revealed that the company delivered more than 10,000 vehicles in China on the first day of the price cut. That's also probable, considering that local sales decreased by over 40% year-over-year in December. And the manufacturer potentially has substantial inventory that's ready for instant deliveries. Reportedly, during the 2 days of the weekend, more than 200 Tesla vehicles were delivered each day in Ningbo, Zhejiang province. Another unofficial report says, there are too many inputs like this to ignore them. We also saw that 2 out of 3 Tesla Model Y versions in China RWD and long-range AWD have a slightly longer delivery time for new orders, 5 weeks. Instead 4 weeks previously. The Tesla Model Y is vastly more popular than the Tesla Model 3 in China right now. About 2.5 to 1. The other cars require 1 to 4 weeks of waiting. Of course, not everything is positive. Customers who bought Tesla cars in China before the end of the year are not too happy that they could have saved some money if only they waited until 2023. On the other hand, their deals boosted by additional incentives from the manufacturer were not bad at the time. Anyway, January might be very interesting for Tesla in China. However, we are more curious about the future of the Tesla Model 3 in the long term. We'll get some serious upgrade to be more attractive. In 2022, Model 3 sales decreased in China. Compared to 2021, more from China. BYD closes year 2022 with record plug-in car sales in December. NIO set new electric car sales record in December 2022. Source reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at InsideEVs.com. My take: Tesla is in the unique position to drop prices anytime they wish and still make profit. Tesla Autopilot gets better and better. January 12, 2023. After about a year of silence, Tesla released a new version of its vehicle safety report, providing interesting new data. The voluntarily published quarterly reports give us glimpses of how Autopilot improves vehicle safety. The new report contains reviewed and updated data about the number of miles driven per one accident registered when using Autopilot technology, not using Autopilot technology, and the US average as a background. New numbers for the period 2018-2021 are different. Higher than before because Tesla discovered issues in the old data. Some accidents were counted more than once. Without the duplicated data, the results are actually better than previously. An important thing is that Tesla counts all accidents, regardless of the cause. Despite that, more than 35% of all Autopilot crashes occur when the Tesla vehicle is rear-ended by another vehicle. The company says, let's get into the details. Tesla Vehicle Safety Report Q3 2022. According to Tesla, the number of miles driven per one accident registered, when using Autopilot technology, is consistently increasing, which indicates that cars are getting safer to use. In Q3, the company noted one accident per 6.26 million miles driven, a 13% increase year-over-year. The record result was noted in Q1, at 6.57 million miles driven. What is really important is that using the same methodology, the result is almost 2 times higher than 4 years ago. 3.35 million miles per one accident in Q3 2018. Without using Autopilot technology, Tesla vehicles statistically note more accidents. In Q3 2022, it was one accident per 1.71 million miles driven. 8% more than a year ago. There is a significant difference between the two modes of driving, with or without Autopilot, and the difference is increasing, as there is not that much progress in the case of driving without Autopilot. However, we must note that the two data sets should not be compared against each other. Besides a brief look to have some idea of the numbers, it's important to note that the results are comparable only within a particular category. Autopilot or without Autopilot, not between the categories, as the input data might be widely different. Like simple highway driving or complex city driving. In other words, we can only see whether the active safety systems are improving over time. And it's also only a rough comparison. But we can't compare Autopilot to non-Autopilot driving. We assume that the proper use of Autopilot improves safety. But Tesla's report does not allow us to evaluate the difference. And below we attached a full chart with all numbers provided by the manufacturer plus NHTSA and FHWA data about the average distance between an automobile crash in the United States. The difference is pretty huge. But once again, we should really compare the numbers directly. The US average includes also a much older vehicle fleet, with less safety systems, which alone is a big factor. The US average currently appears to be almost a third better than 4 years ago. 0.652 million miles versus 0.492 million miles. Tesla has its own version of the chart. Important factors. Data for each setting might be collected at different driving scenarios, like simple highway driving or complex city driving, which makes the results incomparable between the categories. Results might be affected by various factors, including seasonality, reduced daylight, weather conditions, less driving during lockdown. NHTSA and FHWA average for the US updated rarely includes all cars. Also old. Source reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at InsideEVs.com. My take: Tesla is the safest vehicle on the road, and it's getting safer and safer all the time. Tesla plans massive battery-related expansion projects at Giga, Texas. January 12, 2023. As Tesla continues to upgrade and expand its facilities amid turmoil in the automotive industry, there are often new filings to be discovered. We've reported on many of the filings related to the Fremont factory, as well as Giga, Texas. The latest filing, which was first discovered by the Austin Business Journal and shared by Tesla RT, points to $717 million in expansion projects for the EV maker's newest factory in Austin, Texas. The paperwork was submitted on January 9, 2023, as 4 different filings, since they'll all have various uses and be positioned in different areas of the Giga Texas factory site. The total expansion will be some 1.4 million square feet. And it seems much of the space will be used for different battery-related processes. Tesla submitted the filings to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation as projects entitled Cell 1, Drive Unit, Cathode, and Cell Test Lab. All the filings are listed as new construction, and they could already be underway in the coming weeks. Based on the information reported by the publication, more than half of the $717 million will go to the Cell 1 site. It is projected to cost $368 million. Meanwhile, $216 million will be allocated for the cathode facility. The drive unit and cell test labs are much smaller projects, at least monetarily, coming in at $85 million, and just shy of $4 million. Tesla currently produces some of its own batteries, and also produces batteries alongside Panasonic at its original Gigafactory in Sparks, Nevada. In addition, it relies on many different suppliers for battery materials and cells, though it aims to move as much of the process in-house as possible. The new cell site should help Tesla ramp up its battery efforts and may make it easier for the automaker to ensure that its vehicles comply with the revamped U.S. federal EV tax credit, which will have very specific rules related to batteries and battery materials sourcing. Interestingly, the automaker recently noted that it's finally in a place where it has access to all the batteries it needs for its various business models. But as it launches new models and manufactures an increasing number of vehicles, it would be wise to stay ahead of the curve. According to Tesla RT, nearly a year ago, Tesla already filed paperwork with the local county to construct a cathode facility at Giga, Texas. Clearly, the battery-related construction has been on the company's radar for a time, though it hasn't yet materialized. However, now it seems Tesla is ready to move forward. Tesla just added a small batch of Model Y SUVs with its proprietary 4680 battery cells to its online inventory, as the automaker ramps up the 4680 cell Model S. The proposed expansion will likely come in quite handy. The Cybertruck is also coming this year, and it will require loads of battery cells. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at InsideEVS.com. My take: every day is every way. Tesla is getting bigger and better.